For the latest information on Hurricane Floyd and how he might affect us, we will begin tonight with our meteorologist Mark Avery in the Skywatch Weather Center for the first forecast. Mark, what can you tell us?
Well, so far Floyd is being very well behaved for being a strong Category 2 hurricane. He's staying away from people. That's what I mean. He's well behaved. No tropical storm or hurricane watches or warnings for any land masses right now. However, he is, it looks like right now, making a beeline towards Florida. However, we will have to keep an eye on him. Let's take a look at the satellite and see. Floyd has developed quite a bit today, getting an eye there towards the last few frames. They're a well-developed eye, and a lot of bright white colors, which means very tall thunderstorm clouds near the center. So that means he's got a lot of strength. His pressure felt like a rock yesterday, which means a very strong intensification. Winds are still in the process of picking up. And here's the latest coordinates as of 5 o'clock, 22.7 north, 63.5 west. As Jennifer said, that's 335 miles north-northeast of San Juan. Moving to the west-northwest at 12. Maximum sustained winds are at 110 miles per hour, and Floyd is definitely something we need to keep our eyes peeled upon because he's forecast to become a strong Category 3 hurricane in the next 3 days. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, Jen.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Joining us now to talk about Hurricane Floyd is our very own Mark Avery. And what can you tell us?
Floyd's a mean one. Floyd means business for somebody. Us or not, well, we'll check out. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about where Floyd is now. And Floyd's not alone in the ocean. We'll talk about what else is out there coming up next. Well, short term, things are fairly clear across the area now. Some high clouds moving into the region. And I think those will wait until the overnight hours before they actually get here. So most of the evening hours should be fairly quiet and tranquil with temperatures in the 70s and mostly clear skies. A good night for stargazing out there, especially get away from the city lights, and you should see plenty of stars out there, with the exception of those few high clouds, especially late, probably after midnight or so. Check Skywatch Neighborhood Network from Alltel. It's 80 degrees in Southport right now, and of course no rainfall to speak of there. Let's check the official numbers at Wilmington International, up to 86 today, down to 64 this morning, and no rainfall to speak of. Across the Atlantic Ocean, here's Hurricane Floyd. Floyd is really a big storm. Look at how large in real estate. Floyd takes up quite a bit of real estate, probably on the neighborhood as far as area. It's about the same size as the state of Texas and Oklahoma put together. So that's a rather large storm as far as spatial coverage. Notice here near the center some bright white clouds, some big storms firing up this afternoon to the north of Puerto Rico. The island of Puerto Rico is down here, and they're starting to develop an eye. Floyd is starting to get an eye, and some very strong winds out there. Floyd's a strong Category 2 hurricane right now. As of 5 o'clock, here's the coordinates: 22.7 north, 63.5 west. That's 335 miles to the north-northeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico, moving to the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are at 110 miles per hour, which puts it about 1 mile per hour, 2 miles per hour below being a Category 3 hurricane. So this is a fairly strong storm, definitely, and we should start to see some swells in the ocean. Probably towards Monday or Tuesday, we'll start to get some of the swells from Floyd. Here's the track on Floyd. As of 2 o'clock tomorrow, it'll still be to the north of Puerto Rico and north of the Dominican Republic as a Category 3, 115 miles per hour. By 2 o'clock on Monday, it'll continue to make a west-northwest path towards the state of Florida, and by 2 o'clock on Tuesday, be a very strong Category 3 hurricane at 125 miles per hour, very close to land near offshore from about Miami, Florida. This is about 520 miles straight south of Wilmington. So where is it going to make a curve, and when is it going to make the curve? Those are the two big meteorological questions that it's too early to answer, but this is very close to some land masses, and if it does make a northwestern turn, it's very close to some land. So it definitely is something to keep an eye on it throughout the week, and Floyd is definitely some business to pay attention to. And he's not alone out there. Tropical Depression 9, way out across the eastern Atlantic. As of 5 o'clock, here's the numbers: 13.1 north, 26.8 west. Here's Floyd. Here's a tropical wave we're keeping an eye on, and Tropical Depression 9 forecast to become Tropical Storm Gert tonight. So lots of stuff out there in the Atlantic, and Floyd is certainly something we need to keep an eye on. Tonight, mostly clear skies, a couple high clouds, 62 on the low side tonight, light northeast winds. Tomorrow, sunny skies with a few passing high clouds, 86 for the high, a northeast to east wind about 5 to 10 miles per hour, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Along the coast tonight, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 1 to 3 feet. Water temperatures up to 79 now. Our next tide is high at 9:15 tonight, low tide at 3:30 in the morning. Sun sets at 7:24 and comes up at 6:52. Here's your 6-day forecast. First part of the work week seems to be pretty good. Towards Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Floyd will start to be an influence somewhat on our weather. Depending on where he goes, if he bowls through Florida, gets in the Gulf, drop those rain showers out of there. If he makes a hard curve out to the ocean, drop those out of there. But again, Floyd is a rather large storm as far as how, takes a 500 miles across. I mean, that's a pretty big storm.
And I know that it could be tough to determine this so early, but do we know the probabilities yet of hitting different places?
It's still way out, and it's definitely something we need to keep our eyes peeled upon and glued upon and watch it.
Okay, then
so
we will.
Be ready, just in case.
All right. Thank you, Mark.